In the previous class, we discussed how you can avoid procrastination by dividing your large or big work into smaller tasks. By dividing your work in smaller tasks, it becomes so small for a single step. You are no more required to do a big work at one time. You just need to complete a smaller chunk of that work to make or to see the progress you are making, right? So I'm Chandan Agrawal, and in this class we are going to discuss how you can actually divide your the work into tasks, what you need to remember, what you need to take care while dividing your work into tasks, all we'll discuss in this class. So let's start. So as you can see here, first of all you need to write a goal, what your goal is. So in this example I have covered a goal about launching a new product. So suppose you have a business and you want to add one of the product or anything, courses, product, or anything in your business. So the goal will is to add a product, but the goal you write in this sheet where you are dividing your task is I have pre-launched my new product. It is kind of an achievement statement. You are writing this, you are writing your goal in this sheet as if you have already achieved it, right? You must have heard about the secret or law of universe or something like that, in which you need to think about that you have already achieved it in order to achieve it. The more you think on a positive note or on a base on like an achievement, the more you will be getting closer to achieve it, right? So here you need to write as a statement as if you have achieved that goal which you are trying to pursue right now. So what I have written is I have pre-launched my new product. You need to name your product here. If your goal is something other, you need to write your goal here, but remember that it should be on as a achievement sentence, right? You have achieved that thing. Understood? It should not be like that I am pursuing or I am trying to achieve this goal. No, I have achieved, I have made this possible or something like that, right? Let's move on. So here is the date. Like suppose you are on a March, right? So if you think that this thing, what the goal you are pursuing will take 3 months, you just fix a date. What is the 3 month after the current month, or if it is going to take a 3 weeks, write that date of what the date is after 3 weeks, and write the months or weeks which you need to complete this or your goal. So here is the specific date we have written, and here is the time taken to achieve that goal, right? So we have defined it completely, what my goal is, what the achievement will look like, okay, by which date I would be able to achieve it, and how many months or how many period it takes to achieve that goal. This holds very much, you can say it is very much important that you need to write your goal as a achievement, as an achievement statement. Let's move on. Now we have divided that goal into activities on a, you can say, the gross activities, or on a major scale, right? So what activity I will perform in month 1, what activity I will perform in month 2, and what activity I will perform in month 3, right? Here is just what I thought I should write, I have written. You need to be specific. If you have decided that your goal, to achieve your goal, it takes 3 months, you need to divide logically what you will do in the first month, what you will do in the next month, and then what you will do in the subsequent months, right? So for example, what we have written here is understand the customer requirement of the product. Because we are going to launch a new product, we need to understand whether the customer requires it or not, right? Search, discuss, plan, and finalize the MVP. Once I got a sense that yeah, this product is going to be required by the customer, we'll search more about that project feasibility, will plan how we'll make the product and like that, and will prepare the minimum viable product. Okay, it is called minimum viable product. Understood? Now in the month 3 we'll advertise it and assess the interest of the customer and make a pre-launch. What we'll do is we'll present this minimal viable product in front of the customers and we'll check whether they are taking it or taking interest on this product or not. Okay, it's well known theory, or you can read that a book called the Lean Startup, where it specifically says that it is better to present your minimum viable product before the customer to assess their interest. Okay, don't go and don't rush and invest whole of your money into making that product, and you'll come to know later that your product is not being accepted by the customers. So it's better to invest a little amount, make a minimum viable product and present it before the customer, and go on changing or upgrading, or you can say modifying it as per the interest of the customer. It will save your time and money both. So okay, till this time we have written our statement on a positive note. We divided our work on a major line for month to month because it's going to take 3 months. Now it's time to divide your tasks, work into tasks. So let's see how we have divided work into tasks. Make a detailed list of the product features and use of the product as you think it should have. So as you can just read out 2 or 3 lines, research about the availability of similar product in the market, research about the positioning of product in the market and market share. If you sense that this task is on a detailed note, right, what actually I will be doing. So suppose I'm blank as of today, and let's say tomorrow is the first day I'm going to pursue this first task. Okay, so I am right now blank. What I will do is I'll just go and read this task, make a detailed list of product feature, use of the product as you think. So it clearly and in a detailed form stating that what I need to perform right now. Understood? I do not need to remind it that what I need to do about this task, right? I have detailed everything what I need to perform or what I need to do to complete that task in a detailed form in this note, right? So by detailing each and every steps you are going to take in future, you are relaxing your mind not to think about that, right? At that time you may forget some of the things you are having currently in your mind, right? It sometimes happens that you have good idea right now, right, but when you just step into doing that activity, you just gone blank, right? So it's better and it is the must required to make a list of the task in detailed form, as detailed as possible. Write everything you think, how you can pursue that task, how you can take steps to complete that task, write everything on it, right? After writing this, if you think that it should be, it is in a Scrabble form and you need to move something up and move something down, do that. Okay, just make it sequentially so that you, when you come to perform this task, you just perform it on a sequence basis and strike through it. This is completed. Now go on to the other task on other day or whenever you have a time, do that, strike out it, right? But the main thing here, writing a task, is to write in a detailed form, as detailed as possible, right? Let's revise it. So we have written a goal on a positive note. We have specified the completion date, months, how much period it will take to complete that task, sorry, and we have divided on a major line what task I am going to perform in those period. Now we have divided our work in tasks and it is on a detailed form. Understood? Now suppose many times my students ask, what if I have left out something to write on task at the first. Now I remember that before this task I need to do something like some more thing, right? Go on adding that activity. If you think something was left out, just write it down and do on the next day. If you think it is required before some activity, do it. It's okay to make, to modify your list, to strike or to remove something from the list. If you think that this activity is no more required, it was written incorrectly, just remove it. The idea to write a task is to relax your mind. The more you relax your mind, the more option, or you can say the more idea it will generate, because it is no more engaged somewhere. You must have written, if you open 5 or 10 files on a computer, it takes the memory out, right? It is no more would be so fast as it is, because it, some of that activity or some of that files is taking so much memory out of that. Free your mind, just work on a single file at single point of time, and write everything out on your note, so that you will not forget what you need to do. Understood? Let's move on to the final thing, visualization. It is just like a Scrabble form, I just make it to show it. But if you would be able to do that, like if you're making some product, or even any course, or anything you'd like, or you have a goal which is completely different from product, courses, or something like that, if you think you can make it on a visualization form, just like this sketch, it will work. Because now you will be able to see how kind of like your product will look like. So it will attract, or it will create an excitement to do this task. So my suggestion would be, if you are able to make it visualize, just visualize it. Okay, so now wrapping up this class today, we have goal in our mind, we have written it here on a positive note, written a particular date by which we are going to complete that goal, and the period required. Okay, we have divided it on a major line, divided a whole of the work into task, and the task should be on correct detailed form, right? And a visualization, a small visualization that will engage you with your work more. Understood? So that's all for this class. We'll meet in the next class with some other idea to make your work easy and make your mind relaxing. So Chandan out.